It's Thursday night and time for a win is a win. Silver lining news. There is not good news this week, guys, but there is some stuff that we can find the silver lining in. In fact, there is only one truly good news story, and it is at the end, but it is worth it. Or just skip to that now, whatever. First up in finding the silver lining news, President Donald Trump said he plans to make changes to his administration's aggressive crackdown on illegal immigration and will actually protect migrant farmers, hotel workers, and other people who work in the luxury industries. Now, of course, he's only doing this because his buddies in big ag and the hotel industry are complaining that it's difficult to find folks to come to work. They're used to being able to rely on migrant labor that is very easily exploitatable. And they told him it's impossible to run a business when you keep deporting my staff. Nobody wants these jobs. About 42% of farm workers in the United States lack legal status. Next, I was super freaked out watching Donald Trump talk to the Fort Bragg soldiers earlier this week, especially since the Fort Bragg soldiers seemed to cheer for his political attacks. But it turns out of the tens of thousands of people who work and live at Fort Bragg, only a couple hundred screened high enough on their loyalty to Donald Trump to qualify to sit behind him. Another stipulation was that they couldn't be fat. So he only found a couple hundred not fat Trump loyalists to sit behind him and play their role in his reality show. This is AI, but I like it. I also recently found out that Donald Trump wanted to be a flutist, but his father wouldn't allow him. And now for the actually good story. If you remember last Thursday, we talked about my friend Amanda and Isaac Toops, who are in New Orleans and were raising money to be able to feed about 71,000 children this summer. Because of the Trump administration, a lot of funding that goes to making sure that kids don't starve over the summer had been cut, and they had a big deficit to fill. Thanks to the Dust Bunny and our friend Matthew, aka the Barefoot Neighbor in the Barefoot Neighborhood, we have raised $85,000 to feed kids in New Orleans this summer. If you want to jump in and help us hit our next goal, which is $100,000, you can do that at the link in my bio, Help Hungry Kids in New Orleans. The work that Toops Family Meal is doing in New Orleans is truly making a difference between life and death for these kids. Here is a note from Amanda and Isaac expressing their gratitude.
Hey everybody, Isaac and Amanda from Toops Family Meal. We appreciate all of y'all's excellent support.
Thank y'all so much. We've had 1,500 unique donations, most of them under $30. It means so much to us that you're willing to help us feed the kids of New Orleans, where 1 in 3 of them sit below the poverty line. This summer, our goal is to deliver 70,000 meals to our children, and because they miss school breakfast and school lunch. We thank you so much for helping us. Thank you.
And that's it for us. I will see you tomorrow when we will jump back into all the horribleness. Thank you for trying to find the silver lining this week. You know, when we don't have good news, we can always try to find a silver lining.